Hello everybody, Samantha White here, and I have realized that I have been doing zero waste for 2 years, and I figured it was time for an update. So this is my zero waste update. These are the sort of like lessons I've learned from being zero waste for 2 years now. So for those of you who don't know, 2 years ago, I was a senior in college, and it was my last semester. I really didn't feel like I knew what I was doing with my life. I still don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I really didn't feel like I knew what I was doing with my life at that point. I kind of had felt like my degree wasn't really taking me anywhere that I had originally wanted to go, and I wasn't even like recycling. I was doing nothing. I was in this weird place where I was like, it's not even worth it. Screw the planet. Like, this is too stressful, which is a terrible place to be. And all of a sudden, I was on the internet and I came across some video. It was some video, and it was talking about Lauren Singer and how at that time she had 2 years of trash in one mason jar. And it was like a 2-minute video or something. And I was just, I wasn't really paying attention, but something about it really stuck with me. And one night I was like, James, dude, my boyfriend's name is James. I was like, dude, I'm going zero waste. Like, I think I'm gonna quit making trash. And he was totally supportive, and that night I started a blog and quit making trash. It didn't happen overnight. That makes it sound like immediately I quit making trash. That's not what happened. But the next day, I definitely started making less trash. And that was almost exactly 2 years ago. I wanna say it was April 5th that I did it. So yeah, it was basically 2 years ago, which is crazy. So let's just jump in. I have 10 things that I have learned over my 2 years in the zero waste community. Go. Number 1, this community rocks. This is such a great community. I love the zero waste community. There are so many supportive people. Everyone is doing all these amazing, like crazy, homemade everything, DIY, easy ways to go zero waste. People are doing great stuff. Number 2, so when I first found out about it, my one entrance into this community was Trash is for Tossers, Lauren Singer. And she does it pretty much to perfection. Like, I think that is like the greatest you can do in today's linear economy. And I have definitely learned over the course of 2 years that this lifestyle, like, that's the goal, that's amazing, but you can be a part of the zero waste community, and you can have your own zero waste journey, even if you're making more trash than that. I make more than would fit in one mason jar in 4 years, but it is all about progress, not about perfection. Number 3, you do save money in this lifestyle, but it's after you've invested in reusables. So what I mean by this is, when I first started, I didn't have many reusable items at all. I didn't have many items. I was in college, and I'd just been like bouncing around from roommate to roommate and sort of just using all their items because I didn't like to go shopping. And I definitely didn't have very many reusable containers. And so I did have to invest in a lot of jars and in some to-go containers. And I decided to invest in like bamboo silverware or bamboo utensils and other items. And so I invested quite a bit of money in the very beginning for items that I really wanted. Now I almost spend nothing because I don't need to buy anything. I make a lot of my own products, so I save a ton of money there. So I save money in general. Though that is not always the case, and I am aware that like groceries a lot of times cost more unpackaged for some people. For some people it doesn't. It totally varies. But for me, I have found that in many aspects of my life, I save money now. Yay! Number 4, this lifestyle is easy, but there are a lot of caveats in today's list. But it's not as easy as I feel like some people make it seem. So this lifestyle is easy, and I always want to try and make it seem accessible and seem simple for people, because it really can be easy, accessible, and simple. But there are some things that require work that I was not aware were going to require work coming in. So like finding shampoo, that took some trial and error. Makeup, I'm still 2 years in, I'm having trouble finding zero waste makeup that I like, that will stay on all day, and that is a comparable coverage to my non-zero waste makeup. And I have bought some non-zero waste makeup in this last 2 years. And that's just how I'm living right now. Go back to number 2. It's not about perfection. Back off. So yeah, number 4 is basically just that this lifestyle is easy and accessible, but I've also learned that there are some things that you need to have some trial and error. Some things take time to find what works for you. It can get kind of tiring sometimes. And this is in no way trying to turn somebody off of this lifestyle. That's just the truth. Number 5. This lifestyle is easier if you like to cook. Yeah. I love to cook, so for me, it's pretty simple for me to buy all zero waste groceries, and then even if I'm tired and I don't really want to cook, since I enjoy doing it as a hobby, I'm willing to put the time in every week to cook all of our meals. If I didn't like to cook, that would be a huge job for me because I have to do that every week on top of my own job. Number 6. I don't have all the answers. And I pretty much said this in number 4. I have all my stuff written down here. I just don't have all the answers. I don't know everything about this lifestyle. Sometimes I think I found something that works, and then 4 months later I find something way better that works. It's always sort of me trying new things and finding better things, and it's just me testing stuff out. Like, I don't have all the answers. I don't know the best way to live this lifestyle, but I know the way that I can do it long term and enjoy it and make it easy. And I think making it sustainable for your life is the important part. Number 7. I wrote down, don't get caught up comparing who has the least trash. So for me, in the beginning, this is sort of like it's about progress, not perfection. For me in the beginning, I did get really caught up in trying to fit it all in one mason jar, and it ended up just making me feel like shit. So I really put an effort into not comparing how much trash I'm creating to how much trash other people are creating, because I don't think that is the point. The point is just to live a more sustainable lifestyle. It's not about living a perfect sustainable lifestyle, just living more sustainably. And at the end of the day, the goal is to create an economy and a world that can survive without creating waste. It's the goal of this, I think, is to create a circular economy where it's easy for people to live zero waste. But since we're not there yet, I just can't compare myself to other people. Number 8. This lifestyle goes hand in hand with simplifying your life. So I am not a minimalist, but I have recognized that living this lifestyle has made me really assess and reevaluate what's important to me, what items are important to me, what do I really need to buy, and what do I really need to have a happy life. And that in turn has helped me simplify every part of my life, basically. Number 9. Being zero waste is not an accessible lifestyle to everyone. Every single person has the ability to decrease the amount of trash they are currently making, for the most part. But there are some people who just don't have access to places that make that easier. And so it's just not accessible to everyone. Not everyone can have a compost bin in their apartment like I do, and not everyone has access to composting in their town, which I don't. Not everyone has access to recycling facilities. I've learned over the last 2 years that this is just not, you can be zero waste to a certain extent, but living zero waste the way that some people do and the way that you see on Instagram is not accessible to everyone. It's just not. And number 10. Number 10 is that despite all of these other things that I've learned, whether they were good or bad, doesn't matter. Being zero waste has been a totally worthwhile experience. Okay, so those are the 10 things I've learned in the past 2 years, a little update on how my zero waste journey is going. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye!